Yeah, recording is started. Okay, so see here in this graph, these three graphs. First graph is like a parent compound, and these two are they have made some composition, or more specifically, this is known as a composite formation. So how these three graphs are stacked one above the other, that we are going to learn from this origin. Again, see, this paper is directly, this graph is from directly from the research article. How these different heating temperature is given, or the compositions are given, and how they are assembled one above the other, that also we are going to see. But before that, those who are not present for the yesterday's presentation or yesterday's hands-on training program, so for that purpose I will show you how to operate this FTIR instrument software, and this is the FTIR instrument. Okay, so they are connected to each other, and this computer is having a role that we are going or we are giving some instruction to the computer. Okay, so these are the main switches. We just switched it on, and now here if you can see the screen. Okay, in this screen, what we are doing, we are just placing a few commands to it. For example, now see, this particular FTIR is working on the principle of wave number and the reduced mass of the compound, right? For organic type of compounds, those are having a functional group. We can easily detect the presence of functional group from this particular type of a spectra. Okay, so on the x-axis and y-axis here, the few parameters are there. What type of parameters are there, that we are going to see in this particular screen? On the left hand side, if you see, there is a few scales are there, like background, right? So background is there, bkg, then sample is there near to the background, and below that there is a comment and data file. Okay, so comment and data file, that means you have to place your sample id. On the right hand side, when you start the machine, there are few green parameters are there, like for example humidity, then laser and lamp. So if those are in green, then only we can start the instrument. Okay, below that there are like measurement modes are there. For example, here particularly see, we can adjust this to transmittance, percent transmittance, as well as absorbance. Okay, we all know that for FTIR, for organic type of detection of organic type of compound, we are generally doing the transmittance mode on, right? So we have just selected transmittance. Below that there is a number of scans. Number of scans. So number of scan we can increase, like 31, 32 to up to like 50. We can decrease it, and now as per as our knowledge, that 30 or like less than 30 is the good number of scan. So number of scan will give you the good quality of spectra, that will be more resolution will be there. Below this number of scans, there is a resolution. So that resolution will be like 2, 3, 4, 5, and 4 resolution is giving us some good type of a spectra. Again, below that, range in centimeter inverse. So this particular range is like a wavelength of light. You all know that electromagnetic spectra, it's like for UV it start from 200, and like for UV 200 to 400, then for visible 400 to 800, and for IR it starts from 400 to like 4000. For total, we are scanning all this particular spectra from this particular range. Okay, meanwhile if you have a doubt, you can ask me when we are starting this sample. For starting the sample, what we are going to do, before doing any type of giving command, we are just see where is the sample holder and how we can place the sample into that. Okay, for example, see here, first thing is that this FTIR machine, we can open it from here. Okay, and here this particular round shape This is known as a ATR. There is a ATR there, attributed transmission. Okay, reflectance is there. So this is just giving a good quality of spectra from it. And in our college, we have this as a diamond ATR. Below this, you can see the sample where we can put the sample. Okay, so sample can be placed at the very small opening. Yeah, here that is the sample holder. So you can imagine how much sample you require. If we have a liquid, we require only single drop of a sample. Now this whole assembly is like having a certain surrounding, and if you are not have closed it properly, and if you are not closing it properly, or we are not placing this type of silica bags over there, then there is always a chance of capturing the moisture. Okay, so that's why we are keeping it in like a closed type of a system. Now what we are going to, we have already set up all the things. Now just what we have to do, we have to give the commands. See here at this particular right or left hand side of the computer, there is a background. Now here comment, and below that data file is there. So I will just give number, any arbitrary number like 125 number I have given over here. Okay. Now what I will do, I will try to make a background. Why I am taking a background? Because as I have told you that in the environment of that ATR, there are a lot of gases. For example, nitrogen will be there, carbon dioxide will be there, carbon monoxide will be there, and most promising, that is the vapors. Right, atmospheric moisture will be there, so that will give you the contamination in your spectra. So that's why what we are going to do, we are going to take a background so that all these peak will be removed. For taking a background, what we have to do, we have to just click on the background. Here it is like a background can be seen, right? BKG. What you have to do, you have to just give the number first for background. For example, this particular run I have given the number 2125. Now I am clicking on the background. Yeah. So what the command came here, that please prepare sample compartment for background scan. So already I have prepared that compartment. Prepared means you don't have to do anything. You have to just click on the OK. So see, now I am clicking on the OK. See, such type of a spectra that came. Okay. Now the peak at 2400. See 2400. This peak is due to the some of the C double bond O carbonyl, carbon monoxide type of frequencies. Carbon monoxide most properly we can say, and the peak, broad peak at the left hand side. Those due to the water or moisture. Below that, at this corner here, you can see number of scan, right? Scan 29 of 30, and now FTIR measurement is ready, right? So this is due to, or what those scans are there, that I will told you, or that I will tell you again in the next scan. But just see, this is the spectrum where you are eliminating this kind of peaks from the whatever sample you are going to take from the your measurements. Okay. Now we will go one by one. We will take the liquid sample first, and then I will also show you how to take the sampling for the solid. It will take only like a 2 to 3 minutes. Now here we have a unknown sample, liquid sample. What we have to do, I will just open this, and without spending much time, I've just taken only one drop. Yeah, see the drop is visible. Now I am just closing this, all the assembly. And now I will come to the computer, and I will just click on the measure. Okay, so I will just click on the measure over here. Now the sample number is given 126, 126. I've changed it. Now I will click on here. on the sample. Number is changed. Sample number I will now put on, click on the sample. See, the spectrum has came. Here we can see this spectrum. Now the number of scans. See at the bottom, scan. Scan, how much it is visible, like 15 out of 30, 16 out of 30. That means it comes from 18 out of 30. So we have requested 30 scan. Now it is taking one by one. And as you are increasing the number of the scanning, your spectrum is getting finer and finer. Now what will we do? We will wait for this 30. Yeah. See, now this kind of spectrum we got. On the y-axis, the scale is not appropriate. What we want? Transmittance for 100. So what I will do? I will click on 150 here. The window will pop up and I'll just put 100 over here. And then I will click on the OK. See, the spectrum peaks are getting bigger and bigger. Now one can easily analyze if you are having a like organic chemistry background. This peak is due to the this peak is around 30 to 100, right? So this peak is around what we can say water or moisture somewhere there is presence, and this peak is like this compound is ketone peak. Okay, so somewhere we are getting around say 1700, and this type of peaks we are getting. Okay, so this is for liquid type of sample. Liquid type of sample. What we did only a one drop of sample placed in the sample holder. That simple is working for the liquid sample. Now what we are going to do? We are going to take a solid sample. For that purpose, first I will change the name of the sample into the measure. In measure I will go there and I will place the again 126. Now I will change it to 127 for 127 again here, right? But yeah, before that I have to clean the FTIR which I have taken for liquid sample. See, just now I will just remove it. I will clean it all the sampling sample holder with the help of tissue paper only. Now it is on the bottom as well as in the top. See, it is now clean. If you have any doubt that liquid sample is there or not, we can take again a background. But right now we don't want to take a background directly. Directly we are having a synthesized compound. This compound is nothing but a polymer type of compound that we are adding over here. See how we are adding. It can be done with the help of like a capillary or a filter paper or any type of a paper, but we have just placed here. See the amount of sample. Okay, few milligram sample is needed only. Now I am closing it. Just touched it and now closed it. Now you can tell me what to do on command here. What I will do, can anybody tell me what is the first step? So I will go for on the left hand side where I will click on the sample. Okay. What I can see here at the bottom, see scan requested. Scan requested means scan is requested by the computer to the FTIR, and now the scan is coming here. The spectra is visible, but as the number of scans are less, like the scans are now 12, 13, 14, it's increasing. So as the number of scan is increasing, I'm getting in finer and finer spectrum. Once the scan completes, total number of scans 30. If all the scans complete, then what I will see? 30, 29, 30. Yes, see this type of a spectrum is there. So again, there are lot of peaks are there. Now We don't know what type of compound is there, but this I'm getting this kind of a spectrum over here. Okay. Now this particular file or this spectra we have taken already. Okay. This spectra we have taken. There is a like a reading we are getting from this. So what is our role and what we are going to do? This computer is nothing but of this is directly attached to the FTIR instrument, right? What we have to do? We have to take this spectrum in our computer. For that purpose, what we have to do? We have to save this. Like we have to click on the file on the top here, and just like we are saving, we have to say as a save as, then you just give the numbering and save. Okay, now once you have saved it, what you have to do, again you have to go on the file, and this time you have to click on the export. Okay, so if I click on the export, what happens here? The next window opens which shows me the text file, and that window or that type of file I want. Why I want this file, that I will tell you in the presentation of origin. Okay, this kind of saving of the spectrum is very easy. Again I will repeat what I am doing here. I am going on the file over here, as like we are saving each and every file from the Microsoft Teams. In IR solution also we are doing the same. Just now I click on the file, then I will go on the save as. I will save as, and here s.smf file. So this file is nothing but the file which we are getting from the IR solution software. Okay, IR solution software. This you don't have any importance of this file because it will not be going to open in your computer text file. So that's why we are saving this, and then we are exporting it into the text file, right? Export. We have exported it, and now the text file is there. This text file will be opening in any type of computer, right? So once you got this file, then it will be very easy. After that, what we are going to do, generally this kind of files, text file and SMF file, we are taking with the help of a CD driver from this computer. Okay, or otherwise you can just do the email that particular sample to the respective person. Okay, so this much part is there, from the instrumentation. Okay, now what we will do, we will go for the origin plotting, how to plot the origin and how to do the all kind of this spectrum, how we are going to plot the spectrum. Now meanwhile, just a minute. Yeah, now I'm visible. So just tell me if you have any doubt in the instrumentation, just ask me. I will again repeat it. Otherwise, we will go for the origin. Do you have any doubt?
No doubt, sir.
Okay, so see, it's very easy. I think like more than 90% student they are here. They have just visited and they saw all these instrumentation. But the main part or very important part is that we have to plot the graphs. Okay, but how to plot this graph? For that purpose, I have to share my screen. Just I'm sharing the screen. Just once I share, if it is visible, just let me know. Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So see, again, I'm coming on this window, that stacking of graphs. So how the graphs are stacked one above the other. This is the most important thing. But this is like after 4-5 stages that we are getting. Before that, uh, getting, see this. Thus, just the now the spectrum which we have taken, I got the sampling. Okay, see here, it might be visible SMF file and TXT file. What I will do, I will download both the files in my computer. Okay, so I have a data. So most important thing is that the one who is working on this particular research, they have to do the research. They have to do the research because if they have the sampling, then only they will get the data. Now you have the data. What you have to do? Just go in the origin. This origin software is there. Now for installing this particular software, if you have a crack version, then it will be very easy. Otherwise, I think it is available somewhere. You can download it. If you have a pen drive, you can come in our college. I will give you this cracked version of this origin. Okay, then you have to install it. Like whatever programs or apps you are installing, just that you have to do. You have to click on the next, and some user ID and password is also given. You have to just place it in somewhere. You will get the origin. Once you open the origin, this kind of window is opening. There are two columns, X and Y columns are there. Here, what I have to do, I have a text file directly. The most suitable or most promising way that I'm going to do, first, most authentic way is to open this data in the Excel file. So what I'm doing, I'm opening this Excel file. Okay, now Excel file is open. What I have to do, I have to take a data. So on the top here you can see file, home, insert, page layout, and data is there. So I will go into the data. Okay, I have clicked on the data. Then I will come to the left hand side, from access, from web, from text. What I will do here, I have a text file, so I will just click on the text, from text. Okay, my computer will open. Now I know that I have just now I have downloaded 124 number sample over here. I will click on this 124, then I will say import. Okay, now such type of window is coming. What I will do, I will say next. Then for getting this data into two separate column, what I have to do here, lot of options are there. So I have to choose all the options except other. Okay, tab, semicolon, comma, and space. I have selected everything. And then I will go to the next and finish. Okay. Again, there is one small window is coming, and I will say it as an OK. Now I have clicked somewhere here into I. That's why I got the data here. I have to choose this, or I have to click it here. Then I have to again go into text. I will repeat all the procedure. 124, then import, then I get this, then I will click on the next. I will select everything. I will click on the next and I will finish. Okay. See, now I got here. Okay. What I will do, I will click here on A and I will select both the columns. If I right click on that and I will say copy, it will be like highlighting all the data. Then I have copied it. What I will do, I will go into the origin and I will just simply select these two and I will say Control V, or I can again paste it. Okay, paste it. Now I have to plot the graph. Plot the graph. So how to plot this graph? Two columns I have selected. Okay. Now see, on the bottom here, there is a one line is there. Line, right? So I will click line. If I click on the line, I will get the spectrum, whatever spectrum you are plotting. Okay. What I will do, I will again show you this. Just data is selected. I will click on the line. There are number of options depending on the data what you want, that you have to select. Now just for the instance, for getting an IR, I have clicked on the line type of a spectrum. Here the scale on the x-axis, it came from 0 to 4500. What I want, if you remember on the screen of FTIR, you have started from 400 and you ended up here on left hand side to 4000. So this is exactly opposite. So what you have to do, you have to just double click on this scale on the x-axis. Okay, and in this scale you have to change the scale from 4000 to 400. That is the range which we have selected in FTIR. So I will click on the apply and then OK. See, the scale is changed from 4000 to 500 here. This kind of adjustment you can do. Now, if you don't want this particular fingerprint region spectrum, you can just readjust the scale, right? Readjust the scale, you can get the good quality of spectrum. Within one click, you can make a box to this. For that purpose, you have to click on here on the you have to see here the see file, then in edit, then view, then graph, then next is like a data analysis. All these are useful. You can use this with the different functions. Okay, why or how you want this particular spectrum. Okay, then windows and all this. Now for this instant, what I will do, for getting a this window to this, I will click here, or otherwise what I will do, I will just click on this. Okay, on the x-axis, double click. Again, this is opening. You can just go into here title and format. You can increase how much you want this font. Okay, bottom, and on the left also you have to do the same. In the grid lines, if you do the opposite in the grid line, if you select opposite and if you say apply, you will get a good quality of box over here. Okay, then the thickness of this box and your spectrum is not matching, so you can again click on this box, or you can click on the spectrum, double click. You can just do the 3 here, select the width 3 and apply, and then OK. See, such type of a beautiful spectrum you are getting. If you want to highlight which type of material you are using here, for this particular, I think this is the spectrum of water, H2O. So I will give it as an H2O. What I will do, I will take this as H2O somewhere here. Black line is for water. Now, this is not important for single spectrum. If you have multiple spectrum, then it will be very useful. Since this is a like a FTIR on y-axis and x-axis, on y-axis and x-axis, you have to give the scale. So for getting the scale, you have to just click it, double click over here. Okay, double click it, and you can put anything here. You know that on the y-axis, on x-axis, there are certain parameters. On x-axis, there is always wave number is there, right? Wave number, and its unit is centimeter inverse. You can put it in centimeter inverse over here also, and here intensity is there, so you can just double click it here. You will get intensity or most appropriate for the FTIR. You should have percent transmittance. Okay, percent transmittance is there on the axis. You can just see, you can select it, you can move it somewhere here and there. If you want to highlight on x-axis only, you can again click on, double click here. You can make it with font, you can increase it, make it bold on the both. If you click it, you can highlight it, you can see this. Okay, so this type of a spectrum you are getting. Now again, there is a limitation. If you in your computer, if you don't have any type of a software like this particular software, what you have to do, after plotting or after getting all the spectrum, what you have to do, you have to go into the edit, just click on edit and click on the copy page. Okay, now in my computer, let us consider I don't have this type of origin. I cannot open this if you don't have origin. But in each computer we are having a Microsoft Word, right? In Microsoft Word I have just copied. I will just click on the paste over here. If I do this, I will get this spectrum into the Microsoft Word. Now you cannot change anything here. You cannot change anything because this is an origin file, right? If you double click over here, it will open in again in origin. But for getting published in paper, you can use such type of images, okay? Or you can take a directly screenshot of any screen from origin or from this Word. You can use this as your image in any type of a paper. Okay, few people, or they, what they are doing, they are, instead of taking this image into the Word, they are taking it into the PowerPoint presentation. In PowerPoint presentation you can just click on the paste. See, such type of beautiful spectrum will be visible, yeah, in full screen. Now you can take screenshot of it and you can use it as an image for that particular spectrum. This is for plotting a single spectrum from the data which you got from the computer. Okay, so from computer you got this data, FTIR instrument. You have plotted this. Now, most important thing that you have to stack this. How to stack the data? Means if there are more and more number of peaks are there, then how to do this? What I will do, I will just delete all this data. Okay, I will delete the data again for taking or for installing, for plotting the graph. What I will do, I will go into the file, I will go in on the new, and I will take a whole new project. I don't want to save this data now. I don't want to save, so that's why what I will do, I will go on new. Instead of this, I can take work group, new work group. Okay, so this type of a spectrum. Let us consider I have to plot the 3 or 4 spectrum in one. For example, just now I have showed you here stack. Okay, so such type of, if I want such type of stacking, what I have to do, what I have to follow the procedure. You know that there, for plotting any type of graph, there must be x-axis and y-axis, right? So I have to increase the number of column. So how to increase the number of column? Here plus sign is there and add column is there. Plus sign, add new column. So if I click here, see, if I click, I can increase the number of columns. But I don't want this. I don't want to increase column from here. What I have to do? If I place Control D in my computer on Origin software, it will directly ask to you how many columns you want, how many more column you want. So now I have 2 columns and I have to plot 3 different graphs. So total I have to increase 6 columns because 3 will be from x-axis and 3 will be for the y-axis. Okay, and if I click on OK, see, directly I am getting a all these type of columns from this particular Control D shortcut. Now I have to plot the graph. I should have the data. Okay, so for that purpose, I am encouraging you all to do any type of a research. For that purpose, here I have a data. The data which I have taken from the computer, I have just placed over here. Okay, for saving the time, now I am not going to show you how to take that data into the Excel. Okay, so for example, let us consider a group of people, they are working in the lab and they did a composite formation. Here they have this SNO2 and they have heated at different concentration. This data is there. What I will do, I will go into the origin. Here log name, unit and comments, everything is important. Do not delete it. You can place unit, you can say the number name of the sample, it will automatically come, but don't depend on the computer, you can put it on your own. What I have to do, I have to select these two, then directly, or I will go into my computer Now I will delete this because I don't want this. And I have this data for SNO2. For SNO2, I have selected these two. I will place now Control C. So that will be copying, and I have selected this. I will paste it here. So now what happens? See, this 10, 10.2, it comes from this log, unit, and comment. So I don't want to do this kind of things again and again. So what I will do, I will just go into edit. I can undo. Okay, undo is there. You can do in undo, but you can do it like 1 or 2 times only. After that, origin is not permitting you. So better way, just go here and select these two columns, or instead of this, for getting good quality of spectrum, just delete this. Okay, you have deleted this, selected this, and control paste. This is for one. Now again go into the Excel. I have choose three different concentration or heated at like 100 degrees Celsius. This is different data. This is different data. This is different data. Now I'll take this first, 0.01 concentration, and I will go in origin. I will select these two. I will place again Control V. Again in Excel, 0.05. I will select these two. I will place the order or command Control C, Control V, copy and paste. For lost concentration 0.5, select Control C, in origin Control V. Okay, so all these pics are, or all these files, they are in the origin now. But if you closely see the data, only one axis I have. X-axis, only one. All are Y-axis. Now, how to change this to X-axis? If you remember from the Excel, the first column will be X-axis. So in origin, if you go here, the third will be X-axis, fifth will be X-axis, seventh will be X-axis. Now, if you double click over here on CY, double click, just I am clicking, double click, then it will be opening here. Plot designation, plot designation. Or even sometimes it happens that if you selected it, somewhere here they are showing X and Y. If you click on X, it will automatically change as an X. Okay. But I will recommend you that what to do, you just select this, double click on this, and here just go to the X and say okay. See, now this Y is changing to X. Similarly, you have to change this, double click, X to Y to X, okay, and last is here Y3, double click it, from Y you can change it to the X. Okay, XY, 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 and XY. Now for plotting the graph, if you select these two, if you click on this, you will get XRD like this. But I don't want XRD like this. I want stocking. Okay, how to stock this graph? So I will not save this. I will select all. How I am selecting? With the help of mouse, or if you place a control and then select, everything will get selected. Here, as like a line graph, here in line graph, nearer to that, there is a, see here, stacking is there. Okay, here. If you just click, or if you just go here, it will show you that it will be stacking. Or instead of that, you can directly go for, I think it is given here somewhere, but to just go here at the bottom and click on the stacking. Just single click. Huh? See, I am clicking on it. There will be one window, it will open, and if you click OK or preview on this window, see, auto preview, like a printing. When you are printing, they are saying as how the preview of your print will be there, so that will show you. Such beautiful type of graph will be visible, and you have to click on the OK. See, all the 4 concentrations are there. Now if you put the name of the each concentration, you will get the name directly over here. Okay, now in paper what they are doing, they are not showing all the x-axis, right? Here in stacked graph, only one x-axis is there, only one y-axis is there. Similarly here, only one axis, only one y-axis is there. But in our graph we got 4 x-axes. So what to do? How to change this? So for that purpose, what you have to do? You have to just select this and delete, and press the delete button on your laptop or computer. I'm not deleting anything right now. I have to just make it finer so that I can put it in my paper. I'm selecting this and I'm pressing the delete button. On x-axis, the scale is not appropriate. These are the XRD graph. What I will do again, similarly, I will click on the x-axis scale. I will go in the scale, and instead of 2.5, now I will take the scale from 10 and it will ends at 80. I will place apply and then OK. See, all the peaks, they have shifted to the 10. Now on y-axis, what is understandable or what is science behind this graph? See, initially this first graph is having intensity of 2700, here 2100, 2130, 2600. So whatever the researcher is trying to do or trying to perform is research over here, that can be manipulated, that can be, instead of manipulated, I can say we can compare with the help of this kind of a stacking. Now I don't want x-axis because intensity is not that much important. Again, I am selecting and I am pressing the delete button. Okay, I have removed this. I don't want this also. What is there on y-axis? How to write then? I will click on here T. T means text tool. Okay, I will text it and I will here intensity, and its unit is angstrom unit. So AU I am placing only AU. Now it's not on the like vertical, it's horizontal. So what I will do again, I will right click here and there is a properties. See here, if you select it, there will be like properties. It will show you how to just change it to 90 degree. That will convert it into the y-axis. Okay, or instead of that, you can just click it here, you can just write it down what you want, and then it will be coming as an x and y axis. Okay, so I will not write x axis here. For XRD, on x axis there is a 2 theta is there. Now like some of the student, they are a PhD student, they don't know how to write theta over here. Theta is not given in our computer. Okay, and here also not in insert, there is no insert, there is no any type of what I can say symbol is given. So better way what I will do, I will just write 2, and instead of writing theta, I will write q, small q. I will select that q, and here alpha and beta is given. Okay, alpha and beta, I will click on this alpha and beta. See, I will get a theta. Okay, so these are like a shortcuts. The shortcuts are given on internet also, but as you want, as per your need, you can convert this. Now I don't want this scale also. I will just select it. I will delete it. On x-axis, x-axis is there. I will again delete it. X-axis I am deleting. X-axis I am deleting. Now the graph, the distance is more, right? In this stacked graph example, the distance is not that much. What I will do? I will select the one graph from this. Okay. See here, if I click on the graph, it gets selected. What I will do then, I will click here somewhere. Okay, the graph. You can just select it like this graph. And if you place or if you press the control button, or see, this kind of graph is there, right? Now if you just indicator is given like upward downward keys on your laptop or computer, just press it downward, see it is coming down. Okay, now you can just give whatever distance you want. Now, how to compare this data? A person or researcher, if he is trying to show you these peaks in the research paper, he has to show these peaks with different type of scale. For example, here you can add a line, but I will recommend you that you just do the same thing, just copy page, go in edit, copy page, and come in your PowerPoint presentation. Just control V, you will get this graph. Now I want to show that 100% peak in XRD is at like 26, right? At 26, but it's not visible. It's not good over here. What I will do, I will go in insert. I will take the shapes. In shapes, there is a line. I will draw a vertical line over here. Okay, vertical line. I will change its look. It will be like a little bit yeah, this line. Now I can take this line and I'll directly put it here. Okay, so it is now showing the 26. So you can say, you can compare your data, you can compare your graph like this by making a stacking of a graph. So this is very, very important. Okay, this kind of graph you can plot in origin. Now if you don't have origin, but if you have a data in Excel, because for getting data, I will encourage you to do the research, do the project, do the PhD, or do any kind of research. And if you don't have origin, how to plot this graph? For that purpose, the data you are getting from like FTIR instrument, you have to take the data here, you have to select this data and go into the insert in directly into the Excel. This is Excel, this is not a origin. Okay, and go into that insert. In insert, there are different indications are given. Here, graph is given. See graphs, charts. If you click here, you will see how many graphs are there, how many different type of graphs are there, charts. Oh, this is directly recommended by this Excel. All type of charts, different type of charts are given. What you want a line type of a graph. So if I click on line, I will get such type of spectrum, right? These type of spectrums are never been seen anywhere. So this is also very, very important. What I will do, I will not click anywhere, I will just select this and I will click on the line type of a graph. Okay, line is here, see line, column. Now for understand, I will click here and I will select this because I want such type of graph, and I will select OK. See, I got the graph. Now again, similar process you have to follow. Just click it on here. You can change it to any, like if you want anything, whatever you want, you can click it here. You can click it here, but you cannot give the good quality of spectrum. You cannot make box within a short period of time. Yes, there are a lot of things to learn from this Excel. If you know all those tricks, then your time will be saved. Okay, very beautiful. See, such type of graphs you are getting from the Excel. Now if you don't have such type of data, I will just simply delete it. Okay, I don't want this, I don't want anything. Now on x-axis and y-axis, if you have different data, for example, like there are 5 students, A, B, C, D and E, 5 students, and they have secured the marks. Like out of 100, one person he got like somewhere 50, other got 90, then 29, then 45 and 68. So I have selected and I have got in on the insert. If I click it here, it's so beautiful that it is giving us directly, it is giving us the recommendation. How should you plot this type of a graph? Now I will not again choose anything. I will go on the on all chart. I will select here. I will go here. I will go here. I will go on the pie chart also. In the pie chart, I will give different things. Okay. See on the pie chart, I think, yeah, 3D type of chart. Now what happened that only 5 I want, but here it is showing, just a minute, this much data I want. So I will go in insert. See, so now this type of presentation is never been given in so many papers, so many presentation, your own presentation. This type of data is not being showed. Here ABCD, you can put your whatever your data is there, and you will get the number of percentage over here. You can take this, you can just make a copy, Control C, or yeah, you can do the Control C over here for this particular presentation. And again, just go here in our PowerPoint presentation, select it and make Control V. Okay, such type of very beautiful graph you are getting. See, now you know the color codes over here, that which color is showing A, which color is shown by B, which color is shown by the C. Now you don't know the percentage over here, so you can do it here. In if you go in insert, if you put text box, you can just simply give the, I know that somewhere there is a 90% is there, right? 90%. Then I will do it as an white. I will increase it font. I will take this from here and I will place it here. See, now this slide is good. I can say this is the best presentation by using the Excel. What about your spectrum that you have taken? Your spectrum, you can do this. I have showed you this for XRD. You can plot any type of graph over here. You can change the scale, but this Excel is having a lot of limitation. You don't have to put here X and Y axis. You don't know how to put it here, but in the origin, this type of facilities are given. You can put it here, X and Y. Okay, X and Y, then you are getting a good quality of this. You can just simply utilize all these parameters. If you click by using this pointer over here, you will directly get that 26.5 is your X axis, 100% peak is there. Then if you want to show you the third important peak, you can click it here simply. You will get the directly 51. It's not given in the Excel. Okay. In Excel, it's impossible to do this. But in Excel, you can get this type of graph. Not like that you can use this. You have the access here also. Okay. Different types of graphs are given. Yeah, it is given here somewhere. Yeah. Right. Stack area, full stack area, different types of, you just click it, see such type of graphs you are changing. So this is the use of origin and the different softwares which you are using in our presentation. Okay, now, yeah, that much part I want to show you from this presentation. Now